when I get it. So that's the story from the NFL. Let's get a couple of calls. Frank in Jersey. What's up, Frank?
Hey, Mike. Welcome back.
Thank you. What's happening?
You know, that's a joke. And I'll tell you what's going on here, in my personal opinion. I'm being a little bit cynical maybe, but $87 million, that's just a payoff. You know, you got these guys who are kneeling down. Oh, you haven't formed a not-for-profit yet? We'll give you $2 million. Next time around, you'll be standing up at the next game. $87 million trying to cure the problem. These guys are a bunch of idiots, and that's about it.
Awful. Awful that the NFL tells you that's how they didn't solve anything. Robert in Huntington. What's up, Robert?
Hey, Mike. How are you? First time, long time. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike, if that's what the NFL has come up with, you know, I've come up with my own proposal, and that is pretty much never watch an NFL game again. To me, that's very insulting as an American. They're cowards, the way they try to solve this thing. And, you know, I've watched less and less of the NFL over the last year, you know, watching it 35 years. I'm 50 years old now. And to me, this is the icing on the cake, and it's pretty insulting. And I'll probably watch even less than I did last year.
No guts. No guts. No guts. I'm telling you, just none. We're going to leave it to the home team, which means we'd have no rule. Absolutely no rule. And what would happen to the home team? What would happen if the home team tells the road team, we're not coming out today, and they say, we're going out. Sorry, we're going out. Butch in East Meadow. What's up, Butch?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good.
This thing with the NFL, I grew up playing football, watching football, loving football. I'm in my mid-50s, and as I've gotten older, I gravitated towards a sport I liked as a kid, which is hockey, because there's no shenanigans like this. I can't, you know, having had people in the family that fought for the country, I just can't do it. But if I could just make one Vegas night point real quick, and then I'll let you go, is I think they're going to take it, and the reason why, I have nothing vested in it, but they're dispensing with the other teams a lot quicker than, you know, the other series are going deeper. And at the end of the season, when these guys are tired, I think that they're getting enough rest in between each
That's
series.
A good point.
And
Very good point. It makes a bit, I agree. This other series now has gone 7 games. It's been a grueling series. The road team has won 5 out of the 6 games. So
you can see it on the Capitals and the Lightning. You can see it in the players.
Yeah, they're tired. Absolutely. They've played that has, as you said, grueling is the word. They have played a grueling series. There's no question about it. Tony in Bayonne. What's up, Tony?
Hey, Mike, you know, let's suppose the Steelers, it's a Steeler game, right? Whether they're home or away, the home team decides that we're going to stay in. And you got a veteran like Villanueva, who did it last year, came out against his team's wishes. Does he get penalized for that?
Well,
how do they work? It only works one way. It don't work the other way?
Well, no. They say here that, here it is. Should the teams come out? Now, they're thinking that one team doesn't come out. They both come out or they both stay in. They didn't tell you what happens if one team comes out. Should the teams come out, 15-yard penalties would be assessed for kneeling. So if both teams agree to come out, then somebody kneels, then we're throwing flags. I almost can't even tell you. We're throwing flags then. Then we're throwing flags at them. Well, this is how we're deciding this. We're now having a referee decide it. Here comes the referee. Might need a whole box of flags. Rick and Danbury, what's up, Rick?
Mike, this thing is so stupid beyond belief.
Can't even make it up. Can't even make it up.
First of all, what are you going to do now? Go ask every player before you go out, are you going to kneel or not?
We're going to poll them. Yeah, we're going to poll them.
Yeah, and they won't lie to you. And here's the second thing that's more important to me is, how are you going to tell a guy, maybe he's even ex-military, how are you going to tell a guy that wants to come out, put his hand on his heart, and pay reverence to his flag and anthem that he can't?
Can't.
Hey, I'm 6'8", 330. Stop me.
Yeah, like last year, with Villanueva saying basically, listen, this is what I do. I come out for the national anthem. Hey, listen, it's ridiculous. You cannot treat this way. The NFL needed to come up with a code of conduct. They needed to look everybody in the eye, get everybody in the room, shout it out, yell it out, figure it out. Not come up with some ridiculous, cowardly way of acting like you've solved something. And then put a rider on it at the end and say, hey, we put $89 million in the box. Who wants it? If you're mad at us, hit us up. We got $89 million here. We'll give you some of it. We haven't decided yet what it's for, but it's a partnership. Why don't you give some of it to the players who can't walk, or you're screwed in the other case? John at Kings Park. What's up, John?
Hey, Mike, you're 100% right. I'm telling you. I'm sitting here going, why don't they just, very simply, if there's ball players that don't want to stand for our national anthem and they're playing United States football, thank you, don't play and don't get paid. And you know what? If you do it 3 or 4 times, it's like a penalty. You're kicked out of the league.
Here's the bottom line. Here's what I tell. Here's what I tell my team.
Play in the CFL. You want your money and you don't want to stand? Play in the Canadian Football League.
Here's what I tell my team. I own the team. Here's what I tell my team. Guys, this is how we're going to handle this year. First of all, anybody has any issues socially that you want us to deal with as a team, I'm giving you 2 hours. Let's bring them up. You want us to go meet somewhere? You want us to go see a group? You want us to put some money in? Whatever you want us to do, we'll do it. Here's how we're dealing with the anthem. This is my team. When you're standing and you're getting paid by me, you'll stand at address for the national anthem, or you will not play on my football team. Case closed. Good night. Goodbye. If you don't like it, go find another team to play on.
Right.
That's it.
No, you're 100% right.
But they don't have the guts to do that. Instead, they've been led down this road of complete embarrassment to where they look like they have no courage. They have no guts. They've been embarrassed by this issue. They've basically run scared from this issue, and they don't know how to deal with it. And what's killed them is it's become their issue, the NFL's. Baseball doesn't have this problem. Hockey doesn't have this problem. And I understand they have far fewer black players. I understand that. Frank in Connecticut. What's up, Frank? Mark in Connecticut. Excuse me, Mark. Go ahead.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Good.
Just the NFL, they're just taking all the pressure off themselves here. They're putting it on the home teams and the referees.
They can't do this. This is silly. You know what the officials are going to say? I'm not throwing flags at guys for the national anthem. The game starts when I say it starts. I'm not throwing flags for the national anthem.
Yeah, they're just taking the pressure off themselves. This way they take it out of their hands, and now it's on somebody else.
How would you like they said they had a meeting and they solved it? What'd you solve?
And what happens if 3 guys take a kneel? Is that 3 different flags? Is that 45 yards?
No, 18 guys. They kick off from Denver. Yeah. I told you, the Kansas City Chiefs are kicking off from Denver this week because they got 18 guys who kneeled. John in Bricktown. What's up, John?
That's hysterical, Mike. Mike, I was going to ask. It's not a team penalty. These are individual penalties.
Well, we don't know. I'm having fun with it. They haven't really assessed.
It's got to be a team penalty.
Wait a second. It says 15-yard penalties. Penalties. It doesn't say penalty. It says 15-yard penalties for kneeling. So that means 18 players knelt. 18 times 15 will pace it off. They'll kick from the end of the parking lot. They will kick from the parking lot. Raphael in West Orange. What's up, Raphael?
Hey, how you doing, Mike? It's Raphael. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Listen, just a different take. I understand that they're playing for a team that's owned by an American owner or an owner that's here in America, but they still have the right to protest.
No, they don't. Wait a second. Where do you get off, Raphael? Where do you get off with the idea they have the right to protest? Wait a second. Wait a second. Raphael, don't yell. I'll give you time to talk. Just calm down. Calm down. Where do you get off with it's their right in that uniform to protest?
It's their right only because that's how they're getting attention.
No, it's not their right.
If they did
it's not their right.
If they did it in the corner, there would be nothing.
Well, that's their. Listen, That's their problem. That's not my problem that they can't get attention for the issue unless they're in my uniform. But wait a second. I am paying them. I am paying them to play. What do you mean they have a right? They have no right to protest.
So, Mike, how come the 2 black guys are the ones blacklisted?
Wait a second.
White players
Wait a second.
protested?
Wait a second. First of all, they're not blacklisted.
They're being bald. They're being blacklisted.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Oh.
Do I think Colin Kaepernick? First of all, Colin Kaepernick made how many millions of dollars in this league?
I don't know. I don't have the information.
I think 71, if I'm correct. I think 69 or 71 million he made. So that's all he's taken out of the league so far is I think $71 million, the league he's suing. I think he made $71 million. Mons can tell me exactly, but I think it's $71 million his entire career. Now, he has every right to file a case in court that says he was colluded against. Frankly, I don't think for 1 second I would have made my decision on Colin Kaepernick based on his play. I wouldn't have put him on my team because for the level of play he was going to give me, I don't want the headache. If that was Aaron Rodgers, everybody would have signed him. All right? If that was Randall Cunningham in his day, a bunch of teams would have signed him. If that was Steve McNair, a bunch of teams would have signed him. If that was Warren Moon, a bunch of teams would have signed him. So the bottom line is he's not good enough for the headache that goes with it. That's how I look at it. That's why I don't think it's collusion. As far as Eric Reed, I didn't spend enough time on Eric Reed's case to know exactly what I haven't paid enough attention to Eric Reed as to where he was, what teams he talked to and what teams he didn't. I'm much more familiar with Kaepernick's situation than I am Reed's situation for his employment. So I can't really comment because I haven't traced Reed's employment, to be honest with you. But Kaepernick's, I'm very well versed in. He played very well under Harbaugh, who knew how to utilize his talents. His talents started going right downhill as soon as no one knew how to coach that style of play for him. And to me, I have every right to sign a player or not sign a player. I have every right to do that. Have there been guys who have gotten rid of players for the wrong reason? Absolutely. The old Washington Redskins owner, he traded away black players just because they were black. He traded away the rights to black players because they were black. He was a racist. We all know that. That's racism, pure and simple. It's also stupidity, but it was racism. Here, it's, to me, weighing how much the player's worth on the field versus how much of a headache he is. That's, to me, how I weigh it. Back after this.